Welcome, 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 welcome. So let's get started. Yesterday, I took a trade on GBP USD, and for those just seeing this post right now, I only trade one pair, which is GBP USD. So, I want to be able to, I want to show you how I take that entry yesterday, and I want to show you how my psychology acts and how it plays out. So, let's jump down to our charts. So if you can clearly see my chart right now, this is on 15-minute time frame on GBP USD. So now, before I get started, I always do one thing first. And if you say check the calendar news, you're right. I always check Forex calendar news first and see. I always check the news. And how do I do that? I go to forexfactory.com, or you can just put Forex Factory and to display to you this. So this is how I check the news. And I'm only focusing on just two news, which is news on GBP USD and news on GBP and news on USD. So these are the only two news that I'm focusing on. Right. And I'm looking out for the high impact news, the one with the red calendar on it. So if I hover onto it, you can see it shows if I hover on it like this, it's clearly tells me it's a high impact news and it's gonna happen on 1:15 p.m. You can see how high impact expected. So now let's move back to our charts. So you may be wondering how will someone get to understand all these lines going up, coming down, and you can see some horizontal lines here, and you can see, well, there are two things I mostly do in my charts before taking a trade. And the first one I do is the first thing I do, I always look out for 4 hours time frame. This is my main trend. You can spread around, right? And 1 hour time frame. As a day trader, I look out for 1 hour as my current trend, right? And I do my entry from 50 minutes. On some of you are mostly used to this. It is my entry of 50 minutes. Good. So right now I'm gonna go on 4 hours, and on 4 hours, this is on 4 hours. And do not mind about the lines, the horizontal lines. I mostly use this. These are called psychological levels, and I will get there very soon. I'll explain that to you guys very soon. So before getting to a trade, there are three things I mostly do, right? And the first thing I do, the number one thing I do, which is the most important, let's get that. I identify trend and structure. That's the first thing I do. And if you can look at this chart very clearly, you can see that we are what you say uptrend, you're right. We're in an uptrend. So how do I know we're in an uptrend? We'll find out soon. I I I identify uptrend as when we have a low, we have a high, and we have a lower low, a higher low, and this low is not exceeding this low here. So we have a higher low, and what happens next? You have a higher high. It breaks above this high, right? So you have a higher high, and we have a low, which is not lower than this. So I call it a lower high. So I call it a higher low because it's higher than this low. So on that you just keep having like that, like that, like that, and you don't expect it to be very clean like this, like that. So and you can see price get to stop here. So I've been able to do this. I've been able to identify a trend, which a blind man can tell is an uptrend, right? And the next thing I want to do now is to identify my structure. So structures are the recent high in an uptrend the price book towards to. So I mostly use a rectangular box to draw my structure like this. And if you can clearly see, this is the recent high. It's this high that pull back, that price breaks above it, right? And you can clearly see this on Wednesday. Price got into this point and it pushed back to this zone. So this zone acted as support and it pushed again. You can see this on Thursday. The price failed to take out this high on the second push. So what I love to do now is I also draw a structure here and I think I need to zoom this so you guys can see very clear. So price pushed here, price failed. Price pushed down, almost getting to this zone, and it pushed again on Friday. It failed to take out this high. It pushed down. Buyers came in again at the higher price. They pushed price again, but they failed to take out this high. So this place acted as resistance, like multiple times. They can see one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch. And what happened? Price pushed down. So I love to use I love to use a vertical line since I'm not gonna be using a play mode on this explanation. So and all these lines I see here, these are psychological levels. And you want to ask, what are psychological levels? Good. Psychological levels are whole numbers. They're just like you're counting in fives, 5, 10, 15, 20. But in this one, you're counting 50. So it's 50, 100, 150, 200. So they're both measures in 50s. And if I use and how I get psychological level, you wanna go to your trend, you wanna go to your horizontal line and you wanna just hover it anywhere in the charts. Then you want to take it to a random to a whole number. So you can see here this is 1.31827. So your whole number should be 1.3200. You're right. 1.3200. So it's added here. This is where it is here. So you can see 1.3200. So the next one should be 1.32500. Good. So you're adding shit like that. So if you see now, if I measure this tape now, you can see it all gives me about 50 pips. If it gives you more than 50 pips, then you're around there and 50 pips. So if you watch clearly now, you can see how price acted here. You can see how price acted here as its resistance. It's pushed down, it's break above. Price came back, it acts here again. Resistance turned to support, right? It's pushed. So that's the reason why I also manage my strategy with a psychological level, but it's fine if you don't use it. It's fine. I also use a trend line. One thing about trading is you just have to keep your chart very simple. I hardly use I don't use indicators on my trading. Just use I just use pure price action. But it's okay if using indicator on yours. I mean, the essence of trading is to make money. It's not to who's being right or who's being wrong or whose strategy is best. So I love to use a trend line. It's not mostly it's not a holy grail. The trend line is just catch a point there. And we don't just get into a trend because price touch a trend line or price break through a trend line. We also use other conference and I won't be able to dive down those conference I use on the trend line, which is let me go straight to the point now. So I've been able to identify my trend and structure. What do I do next? Next thing I do on my list, which is number two thing I do. I want to prepare. And there's this saying, if you fail to prepare, then you're not prepared. So I want to prepare and I want to predict. I don't want to be right. I just want to predict. And if it doesn't go in my prediction, then I'm okay to be wrong and I exit. So I do most of my prediction on 1 hour. You can see it on 4 hours. See is the act. So if you look at it now, you can see for me how I predict my chart. I always say something like this. price can either go up or come down. If right, that's the only two things that price can do now. I mean, uptrend, downtrend, price can either go up or come down. So if price go up, we expect price to what? Break above this high. Good. If price come down, then we should expect what? We should expect price to take out this low since buyers have failed here multiple times. Take out and push to the downside. So for me, you just have to keep it very simple. Where did I take it from? I'll come back to that. What we only need. So my prediction now is I want to see price. I want to see price with this thing. I want to see price take out this low, is a psychological level, and I want to see price push back here further, right? Testing the psychological level. This is 1.350, and I want to see selling pressure here. I don't just go in because price push it down. I want to see selling pressure here. Yeah. For me, I identify selling pressure as an engulfing candle or a close below candle or a long rejection. And I'm seeing that selling pressure. I want to go in. I want to go into my. I want to get in here, and I want to sell to wherever price. So probably the next structure zone. So for me, that was my prediction on my preparation. So I'm preparing to just wait for price. So, you know, I do nothing else than to just wait for price to just do what I predict. To just break below here. And well, if price breaks and go in my direction without giving me a pullback, then no trade. You know, no pullback, no trade. So it's just my own rules. It's just rules that I've been following. So and that is why you have to have a rules guiding your strategy. So my rules is that if price break below this zone, it can give me a pullback. No trade. So when I say you can see this one has acted as both resistance, support, support, support. So for me, this zone here is it's a point of interest because most traders are looking out for this zone. Why? Because most traders are, most support and resistance traders are looking out for this zone, right? Most most M pattern traders who trade M pattern, you can see it's an M pattern. They're looking out for this is a break of the neckline. They're looking out to take an entry here. So 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 you want to be paying attention to where the big boys are paying attention to, so you can catch the move. So that's my prediction about this chart. So the next thing I do, which is the third one, I take action and I enter. Most retail traders are good at this third one, which is the entry. And I was like, I've been there before too. I've always been just people that are taking entry. I just buy things that are going up and sell things that are coming down. I don't really know what I'm doing, bro. Not until I figure out this this strategy. Actually, I studied though. So and you know, and I've been using it for quite some time now. And it has been working for me. So I decided to share it with you guys too. It can help you in your game. You mustn't just follow what I do. You just have to just try it. And if it doesn't work for you, then fine. You can go back to what you're doing before. So okay. So now this is take action part. I love to do that on 15 minutes. Like I tell you, I want to see price break below the zone, give us a pullback, and give us an engulfing candle, an bearish engulfing candle, or a long quick projection, or a close below candle. So let's see if our prediction works very well. So if you can clearly see, let me make this more lighter so that you can clearly see. So and again, how I have a rule for my pullback, and that rule is I there must be two, there must be more than one opposite candle on the pullback. So I need to see like up to two opposite candle on the pullback. So if it's on a downtrend, our pullback should give me like two green candles before it got engulfed. So if you can see here, this looks like for those who understand what's it called, for those who understand candlestick, this looks like an indecision candle or a shooting star. And you can see the next candle opens again. You can see the more selling pressure, which is the weak rejection. Like I said, I need to see a pullback. So what happened next? This gave me a two opposite candle, but a green candle. And this gives me an engulfing candle. So what is an engulfing candle? An engulfing candle is where you have a bearish engulfing candle where you have a green candle and a red candle, and vice versa for an uptrend. Is where you have a red candle and a green candle, and the green candle close above the red candle for your uptrend. While for a downtrend, when you see a green candle and a red candle, and the red candle goes below the green candle for a downtrend. So right now, I'm willing to take action here, seeing this engulfing candle, and I take action on the close of the engulfing candle. So I want to short here. I'm willing to short here, and I can put my stop below the zone. I can put my stop on the rejection, 20 pips. And mind you, I have rules on where I take how I take my trades. I have rules I take. I don't take trades. I have rules on that, but that will be another different topic. So where would I put my my take profit or my stop? My take profit, right? My take profit, I would love to put it on at the next structure zone. And if you can clearly see, this happens to be our next structure zone. Since price has been forming, has been in an uptrend and a pullback. So you can see price has acted there multiple times. Oh, don't worry, I'll come back to that. So that will be my, so this is 1 to 1, this is 1 to 2 risk reward. And I can go more aggressively and take my profits here. Or I can just exit on 1 to 2 risk reward 50 pips. So it's giving like 50 pips soon. So that's it. And let me show you guys on Telegram channel where I sent this signal to yesterday. So you can see happy new months. So you can clearly see this is where I sent this signal yesterday, and this is where I took my entry at the close of the engulfing candle, right? And you can clearly see this is where we got our take profit smashed. So